Hi, kids. Okay, on this day in film history for July 16th, which is today. It'll always be the day, hopefully. So let's talk about movies that were released on this day first. Let's do 30 years ago. 1993 was Hocus Pocus. Of course, the cast: Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, Kathy Jimmy, Thora Birch. It had just a $28 million budget, made $45 million at the box office, which is fair. But then again, it's a Halloween themed film that's dropped in the middle of July. Disney, video rentals, that kind of thing grows. It used to be able to do that, allow films to grow. Um, Disney's doing the same thing, you could say, right now with the Haunted Mansion, right? Dropping it in the middle of July. But what? It'll get erased. No physical release. Anyways, also on the same day in 1993, with a $20 million budget, made $153 million at the box office. I think probably also on Disney Plus if you want to go watch it there. Free Willy. So yeah, I was a kid when both those movies came out. I remember watching both of those movies. My sister watched one of them a lot more than the other one. Can you guess which one? Hocus Pocus had something for everyone. I'm doing a series in camp right now. You could say Hocus Pocus is a little campy, especially with that cast. There's some eye candy for the little boys and the little girls. Does that sound creepy? Let's just move on from that. 1997, um, more child related media was George of the Jungle. 1997, when George of the Jungle came out, of course, starring Brendan Fraser and Leslie Mann. I had been familiar, well versed. My sister and I had seen the George and the Jungle cartoons many times. Parents showed it to us, so we were familiar with George's Jungle. Uh, that movie had a $55 million budget, so few years after Hocus Pocus Free Willy, but still a lot larger budget. And it made $174 million at the box office. Keep repeating myself, different times. Also, 1999, Lake Placid was released. $30 million budget, $57 million at the box office. Creature features, um, maybe campy horror. We got Betty White in there, right? That's great. Um, what else? And then on the very same day, you could go see Lake Placid, or you could go see Eyes Wide Shut. Stanley Kubrick's final film, died before it was released. It's his 13th final film. Is that ominous? Of course, it's also the end of Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise. Um, yeah, Eyes Wide Shut. Where do you stand on Eyes Wide Shut? Is it? I know some people who think it's Kubrick's worst. I haven't seen his earliest films clearly, or there's some people who think it's his best. So, what do you think? Let's move on to 2001. Jurassic Park 3 is released. Saw Jurassic Park 3. I remember walking out of the theater and going, why was that a Jurassic Park movie? They should have just called it Dinosaurs Fighting. I still wouldn't gone and seen it. $93 million budget, still raked up $368 million at the box office because it's a Jurassic Park movie. People, so far, it's been proven people will still go see them, whether they're good or not. Let's talk about some birthdays. 1907, the birth of Ruby Stevens. Ruby Stevens would go on to be Barbara Stanwyck on this channel. Barbara Stanwyck was orphaned at 4. Her mother died. And then 2 weeks after the funeral, her father went out for a pack of cigarettes, never came back. Uh, Not really for a pack of cigarettes. I think he went to a job or something. But, anyways, he never came back. I think she was raised partly by her older sister, in and out of foster homes. Um, Long career in film and then later in television. I talked about her in Double Indemnity, There's Stella Dallas, The Lady Eve, too many titles to name because we're not done this video yet. So let's move on to, in 1911, the birth of Ginger Rogers. She, of course, is most famously known for the 9 films she did with Fred Astaire. She had a heart attack in 1995, died at 83 years old. And then one last birthday, no, a death. Last but not least, 2017 was the death of George A. Romero, the father of the modern zombie, right? Night of the Living Dead. Reinvents the zombie. That's what he's most well known for, the zombie films. And sort of his work with Stephen King. He died in Toronto, actually, in Canada. George A. Romero died in Canada of lung cancer. I think it took him quite quickly. Fan of George Romero. That's it for July 16th. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe.